Alright, y'all, this is gonna be a educational walkthrough of Resident Evil 1. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to save my game before, so we're gonna quickly start a new game, and we're gonna quickly progress to where I left off before, and we'll quickly do a recap. We'll play as Joe, because we were Joe before. Just gonna quickly get back to where we were. Skip the cutscene here. This gets us to the mansion. Yep-a-doo. Unequip our gun here so that we run faster. We can go start this cutscene, go aggro the first zombie, and then run him back to Barry. Skip this cutscene. Zombie gonna get up and leave. Come up in here. Gonna run up these stairs. There we go. Gives us the lockpick.
Thanks.
Yep, and now we gotta go get. We gotta go get the arrowhead now from the arrow that's upstairs. Head back to where we found that first zombie. And just ignore that loot there. We don't need all that. Oh. Get on through here. As you can see the dude in the mirror. Just run on. Oh! Got messed up because of the camera angle. Boy, that was rough. That's quite alright. Alright. Unlock this. Just grab this. I guess we can get the gem real quick. Although this dude's probably in the way. Yeah, I can hear him on top of me. Unfortunate. He wants to waste my time. How dare you? Might be a more opportune time to do this. But you can do this at the start of the game. It's pretty safe. Alright. Hopefully that's good enough. Should be good enough. Yeah. Okay, that'll drop a gem. We can get that gem later. Okay, gonna head on out to the courtyard. We're going to do all this to get the sword key. Run past that dude. Oh, aggroed that man on accident. Do some stair skating. This gives us the sword key. Oops. Oops. If you examine it, it'll tell you that's the sword key on hover instead of just mansion key. Alright. See if we can dodge these zombies. Wait for him to turn around. There you go. Oh. That works for me. I could be more patient there and not waste stuff, but it's normal difficulty. I'm not worried about it. Alright. Alright, we got the sword key. We can... Unlocking the kitchen is more important for Chris because he has less inventory space. For Jill, let's just head on down this way. Remember, there on normal difficulty, there's a dagger here, and then there should be some handgun ammo right over here. Yepper do. Yippers. Can unlock this with Jill. If you're playing as Chris, you gotta use a old key. Grab some herbs real quick. These dogs are gonna jump over this fence and try to hurt me. Gotta get out of here. Alright, made it out. You can combine green and red herbs to make a more powerful mix that will restore you to full HP no matter what your health is at. Okay, we're gonna do the shotgun trick with Jill so that you can get the shotgun early. Ordinarily, you can't get this that quickly unless you come here early and you have to specifically be playing as Jill. I guess we can get these ink ribbons, it's fine. Check this door, check the other one.
Oh god.
There you go. Shotgun acquired. Dodge this zombie. Alright, we need the sword key. Let's carry some health. That'll be fine. Chemical mix. That's good. We can carry some more health if we want. Bring the shotgun to get rid of the dog. That'll do. I'm not worried about the... Just some paper to tell you how to burn stuff. Alright, let's get out of here. Dodge this dude. Remember, if you're not sure what to do with the zombies, if you're not feeling safe, then just bait them to the stairs. Oh. Careful with those camera angle changes. Make sure we get the dog whistle. I don't care about that pistol ammo. Alright, pick up... Need the lighter for later. Alright, and I'm actually gonna head back this way. Methinks. Alright, dude's gonna bust in through there. Oops. Yeah, the dude came in from the hallway into this room. That's the armor. Our bear will be here to give me some acid rounds. Yes, sir. Alright, let's go use the dog whistle. dude's out of my way. Alright, now we're back to where we were. Pretty much. Alright, so. You gotta head out this way. This is what the dog whistle's for. You use the dog whistle. That'll aggro the dogs. And we're trying to get an item from this dog. You can even see it glowing here. Let it get close. I pressed the wrong button. I forgot what button it was to shoot. There you go. You can use the regular pistol out here. You don't have to use the shotgun. I'm just using the shotgun to make it fit. Oh, I don't need this dog whistle anymore. Make sure anytime it says, oh, I probably don't need this key anymore, probably don't need this dog whistle anymore, go ahead and use that shit. Alright, go ahead and discard it. Always discard it. There's never any reason to not discard it. It's kind of silly that it even asks you. Alright, but from this dog collar, you get imitation armor key, which we will use in a little bit. We can use this to replace the real one. Alright, but we're not going to head back yet. We're going to head on down this way. You don't have to do this, but then go unlock this door for funsies. This is a door that you unlock, so if you come in here, you might recognize this place. This is Murder Hall, they call in speedrunning. We've been here before. Actually, since we're here, that's a Crimson Head. He's fine. So that's the first mutated zombie. You can actually just grab the key right now, since we're here. So I guess that was pretty good. That was optimal to go that way. Make sure you're putting back the imitation key. Don't put back the mansion key, put the imitation key away. Alright. And then you can examine it if you want. And it is, in fact, the armor key. Okay. Now, I don't have a lot of inventory space, but luckily there's a chest nearby. Just gotta get past this Crimson Head. That dude's scary, but don't worry about him. He's chilling. Alright, speed past this dude. Alright, this room that we're in right now, we're gonna have to come back here super soon. Alright. You can try to remember where this is at. Okay, you're gonna need the lighter. These are all keyed items. You need the key, you need the lighter, you need the chemical to use on plants, you need the shotgun, and the sword key. We're gonna put these away. You don't need the shotgun. Eventually you'll need the shotgun, but you don't need that. You don't need that right now. Alright, let's see. That'll do for now. Alright, let's keep on going. So, there might be a dude down here. Yepper. Alright, we unlock this door with the lockpick. Once again, every time you use the lockpick, just know that when you play as Chris, you're gonna have to find you have to use an old key on it, which is an item that you can find. And we don't need that stuff. There's kerosene in that room and an ink ribbon. We don't need that stuff. We're good. Alright. Keep it on. Alright, we could head this way, but when you go this way, zombies spawn, so we're gonna save that for later. Alright. Now, in this room, I'm just gonna show you, but in this room there's a zombie on the ground that's gonna stand up. And I'll show you what happens for funsies, but so there's some handgun ammo that you can pick up for free. I don't think it aggroes anything. I'm not sure. Let me see. No. So you can pick up the handgun ammo for free and then leave. But if you go further than this, then that dude's gonna stand up, and then you'll get attacked by this dude that's in the closet right here. I'm just gonna show y'all. There is an item that you can get in here. Let's see if I can dodge this dude. Okay, it's a self-defense item. But it's pretty hard to get out of here without... Yeah. That's why it's kind of silly. I mean... Oops. That was the first use of the taser. That was unlucky. Yeah, it's just... It's kind of just not worth it to even... Most of the time, it's not even worth it to try and do anything with the closet there. So, with that room I just showed, what I would recommend is going in, getting the handgun ammo, and then don't even bother with the closet, because it's not worth it. You end up having to deal with 2 zombies. You're probably going to end up wasting a self-defense item, and all you get out of it is another self-defense item. So, not worth it. Just skip the closet, grab the handgun ammo, and leave. That's all you want to do in that room. Alright, and this will take us to a familiar area. You might recognize this hallway. We can go and unlock the kitchen real quick, since we're here. And when we unlock the kitchen, that'll allow us to discard the sword key. And I'm not even gonna go in there. I'm just gonna... It says we no longer need the sword key. It's no longer of use. We discard it. Bait this dude out. He does not want to lunge. There we go. This is another door we can unlock. We don't need to go in there yet, though. Alright, so. Now. Let me explain what we're trying to accomplish right now. So, the main thing we're doing is we're just going to places that can utilize the armor key that we have acquired. We have this fertilizer, which we need to use in order to solve a puzzle. We have this lighter, which we need in order to solve another little puzzle thingy. Let me see here. What do I want to work on? Alright, we ought to do the Richard thing now. Alright, so I'll show y'all what the quote unquote Richard thing is. So up this staircase and to the right, there's a room where you meet a dude named Richard. He's dying because oops. He was camping the door. Yeah, they might be camping the door. Be mindful of that. But so this dude is... He's our friend, but he got bitten by a snake, so he's poisoned. And we gotta go save his ass. He's dying of poison, so we gotta go get the remedy for him. The serum. Let's try to bait this zombie out. Oh, he's walking into a wall. That's lucky ass. Alright, so to get the serum... We actually have to go back to where we were. Sir, you are in the way. Sir. There you go. If you notice the zombie kind of stop tracking you, then you can kind of just run to their side and get around. Alright, let's head on down. And if you see a zombie laying on the ground, they're probably going to get up and you might want to burn them. I'm not going to, but you can. If you so desire. If you don't want to deal with crimson heads in the future. Personally, I'm not worried about it, but you can. Alright. Put the handgun ammo up. Make sure we got plenty of healing items. I don't mind wasting healing items. Don't matter to me. Alright, so we got the serum for Richard, we got the armor key, we got that stuff, and we got the lighter. Let's head on back. There's different ways you can go. You can head back the way we came. Or you can take the downstairs route, it's all good. Dodge this man. Oop. I'm actually gonna, instead of having this on auto, I'm gonna change it to manual. That way I can decide on the fly if I feel like using my defensive item. And it didn't save. Let me try that again. There we go. That way, sometimes you want to opt to take damage instead of using your defensive items, because the nice thing about the defensive items, they don't take up any inventory space. See, I have extra healing items that I can use up for my inventory. This dude's gonna be right here again, yeah. That's fine though, because I already have the healing items. I don't mind using one. Okay, we're in red danger, so that's like, that's the last health state. So you can't go below that, you will die. But if you use first aid spray and the mix herb, the red plus green, they both heal you to max. So it doesn't matter which one you use, they both do the same thing. There you go, back at max. And go give Richard the serum.
Here, Richard. I'm gonna give you a shot. Hang
Now,
in there.
something you have to understand about the serum that you give this dude, you have like a limited amount of like,
Take it.
you have a limited amount of time to get that. So you gotta be speedy boy on the serum. Otherwise he'll die. And you'll understand why later it's important to save him. If you save him, you get a weapon. If you don't save him, you don't get shit. Alright, for this room, you just wait for this dude to come over to the staircase. And then you can speed past him. Yep. Alright, and then for this part, you can pick up the handgun ammo first. This is how you're gonna do this room. Pick up the handgun ammo first. And then push this. Okay, you have to do it in this order. Push this thingy. There's a zombie in here, but he won't aggro to you yet. Okay? Now what I want you to do is I want you to bait this dude out. Right? Aggro him. Get him to come out. I want you to bait him out of that little corridor right there. Okay? You want him to come out. And then you're going to run over here and you're going to light this candle. There, in that little cubby there, there's an item that we need to get, but we can't pick it up unless the light is on, right? So we're gonna light this candle. It's gonna aggro a zombie to come. The zombie that was in the hallway is actually gonna come into this room. So now there's gonna be 2 zombies in here. But we set it up so that they should be out of the way, and I should be able to get back to the camera angle so that I see where they're at. So we're gonna light this. We're gonna run and grab this item. Dude just came in, as we expected. And so they're right on top of each other like that. And then you can leave. There you go. You did it. Now this dude's not even in this room anymore. Here we go. Like clockwork. Alright, try to dodge this man again. How much inventory space we got? We can go pick up the mask from over here. So since we have the armor key, we can go to this room now. This room is a simple puzzle. Basically, the way you solve this puzzle is by following this particular pattern. It's one of those deals where every time you push in one of these statues, it'll move the other statues. But if you just follow this pattern, you'll get it on the first try. It's not randomized. Yeah, so if you push in the statues in a different way, then they'll move around and be all weird, and you'll have to figure it out. But if you do that pattern, it always works. Alright. When you get this box, you're going to have to press this button, then flip this thing over and press the other button, and it'll reveal a mask. This is one of 4 masks that we're going to need in order to progress the game. Alright, now we're going to head back this way. He's being a meanie. It's a hard camera angle. There we go. Managed it. Alright, we're gonna head back downstairs. Business downstairs. I got some business down there. Alright. So we're gonna pick up that gem from when we knocked over that statue a long time ago. do for now. I guess we can do this too. Alright, I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna do this room first. So I'm gonna pick this shield up. I'm gonna bait this man out. This shield goes to this room over here. We have the musical sheet too. Okay. I'm gonna be a bit wasteful here. Again, if you're new to this game, you're gonna play it more slowly than me, but I'm just gonna waste my healing item here because I want to pick up another item. I'm trying to free up some inventory space. But if you're not trying to be wasteful, then you want to utilize the item box. And be mindful of what items you're picking up. So you want to combine the sheet with the little book that you just found. Okay? And then you can use this book over here on this piano, and this will reveal a hidden passage. If you're playing as Jill, you can play the Moon Knight Sonata on the piano. But if you're Chris don't know how to play the piano, so he needs Rebecca's help. And Rebecca has to come and practice the piano. And it takes some time. It's a thing. Alright, so what I did there is you pick up the gold shield that's in here and you replace it with the bronze one. Okay, so we're leaving with the gold shield. Don't be like me and leave with the wrong shield. That's not good. Alright. And we got, that's free. You can always run to the side of that man and he'll always miss. Alright, and then we're putting the gold shield on the wall right here. This will open up the grandfather clock right here, the gears to the grandfather clock. We can... So, for this puzzle, there is a painting right here next to the grandfather clock. You can see it in the top right, the top left right here. You have the short sword going through the torso, and the long sword going through the head. And so that's what you gotta do for the grandfather clock. Or you can just follow the pattern that I do. I do large in either direction twice, and then it'll ask you if you want to turn it some more. You just leave. It's pretty simple. You just have to know that it's referring to the little painting on the left there. And then this will give me a key. We're actually gonna not pick that up. I'll pick that up in a moment. You'll see why in a second. I'm just keeping my inventory open. Okay, we're gonna go and do the jewel that's over here. So if you come into this room, and you can utilize the little jewel. This is the gem that we got from that statue that we knocked over from the second floor in the dining room. Second floor dining room. Threw the statue to the ground and broke open, dropped a gem. Get some shotgun ammo. Shotgun ammo is really nice. Shotgun is one of, if not the best weapon in the game. Technically, the Magnum is the best weapon in the game, but the shotgun ends up with a lot more ammo. Alright, so now... Remember I said that when you go down this hallway, it'll aggro zombies? Well, that was a partial lie. It doesn't do anything initially, but on the way back, it will. So, you only want to come in here, or... you want this to be a one-way trick. One-way trip. So when you first come here, you want to throw the fertilizer in, and then remember, you want to turn the lever to the same color as the water. The water is red. Do not turn it green. Turn it red. Red, red, red. It is bad if you go green. If you go green, it will kill all your herbs, and you will be sad. There's a bunch of herbs over here. And if you turn it to the green side, it kills all 5 of those green herbs right there, and you will be a sad person. So, once again, once we leave here, it's going to spawn a bunch of zombies in that hallway, and so we're looking to make a one-way trip. We're not coming back here. So I want to make sure you have enough inventory. Make sure you have plenty of inventory space when you come to this part of the game. And we're just going to grab all these herbs and mix them together. And we're going to grab our mask. This is the second of the 4 that we need. And we're going to head out. Okay, there's 2 more masks we need. Okay. Yep. See, there's the break-in. Fortunately for us, we did everything we needed to do in this area, so we won't have to deal with those guys in the future. We planned it out properly. Alright. Now. Let's go get our key here. We need 1 inventory space open for this, so we're gonna mix some more herbs together. Grab our key. This is... I'm not looking at it, but this is the shield key. If you examine it, it'll say it's the shield key. So now, you can head upstairs. We're gonna go back to where we found Richard. Up here. Try not to get murdered by this guy. And we're gonna... There's a zombie in here now. No, they're not. There's a zombie later. So... This is a little bit of an experiment for me. Okay, this is what's gonna happen. Richard's gonna come in here and fight the snake that's gonna spawn. I don't know if he can kill it himself. We're gonna see. A little bit of experimentation for me. So you can aggro the snake in here. The snake's name is Yawn. Y-A-W-N. And if you manage to save Richard before, then Mr. Richard will come in with the shotgun. Yep. Okay, I'm bad, and so I got poisoned. Try not to take damage from the snake, or he will poison you. I got poisoned for demonstration purposes, obviously. Not because I'm bad. I got hit twice for demonstration purposes. Alright. Do not leave. You're able to leave the room, but I'm waiting to see if Richard is going to kill the snake by himself. He should kill the snake by himself. And so I'm just trying to kite the snake, try to not take damage while Richard shoots it. There we go. Yeah, Richard will kill it himself. Okay.
Thanks. Richard!
Okay, well, the snake is still alive. Fortunately, we have healing items. It's fine. We're just gonna do this. Alright. And now we have 1 inventory space open. We can pick up... This is called the assault shotgun. It's a better version of the shotgun that we got earlier. And, okay, so... That room that we were just in with the snake, you can just run in, get the mask, and then leave. But if you do that, you won't get the shotgun. You have to wait for that cutscene to play where Richard shoots it a number of times. It plays that cutscene. He ends up getting killed and drops the shotgun. If you leave before that, then the shotgun will not drop, and you'll lose that shotgun for this playthrough. So just be mindful of that. Also, because the assault shotgun is just better than the other shotgun that you find, you don't technically have to go get the other shotgun unless you just want it early. But this only works with Jill. Later, when you play as Chris, you still can get the assault shotgun by saving Richard, but it happens later in the game. So just be mindful of that. It's going to be much later in the game when you're able to get the shotgun. Alright, this is a cutscene that only plays if you got poisoned.
I need serum.
And so it's going to tell me to go back to that room that I got the serum for Richard from. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's going to be like, hey dummy, you got poisoned. You got to go back to that room. Unfortunate. Okay, we're going to pick up these herbs while we're here. No, we're not. Because my inventory's full. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna head back. Let's kite this man out. Alright, since I got poisoned, we're gonna go get the serum real quick. A little bit of a detour. But that's okay. Again, there's different ways to go there. I'll go this way, because I feel like it. Couple different ways to get to the same place. This mansion can be a bit of a maze sometimes, but if you play this game enough, you'll know where you're going. But before that, you can just use the map. Sounds like there's a zombie beating on the door. Now this dude might stand up. Oh, he's gone. Interesting. Oops. Alright, we're just gonna come straight through here. Don't mind that guy. Yeah, if you're a newer player, then you're gonna take it slower. And you're gonna be burning bodies. And you can use... If you want to get rid of zombies, use the pistol ammo. That's my advice. Use the pistol ammo if you want to get rid of zombies it's a good idea. Okay, so if you can use the serum here. And it says I'm fine, but I'm probably not full health. But it's good enough. And put the lighter away. You only need the lighter one time unless you're trying to use the kerosene to burn bodies. We're gonna need the shotgun for later. And we got the shotgun ammo in our inventory already. I'm actually just gonna bring both shotguns. In this situation, you want to use up the ammo of the shitty shotgun, and then you'll be left with just the good shotgun. And that's ideal. Alright. And we're just gonna take some healing items, just to make sure we're safe. Oh, I haven't gotten the grenade launcher yet. We can go do that. Where do I need to go? There's one more mask I need to get. And that mask is... trying to think. Oh, I know where it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. $15 shotgun shells should be enough. We're gonna... save the game. Just in case something stupid happens. Should be good though. Alright. So we have our masks in our inventory. We're gonna be using those soon. We're gonna be using the armor key soon. We need these shotguns. Really, you only need one shotgun, but I'm bringing both just to use up the ammo. And just a healing item to keep us safe. And we're gonna be using up the last of that key. And we're gonna be getting the last mask here in a minute. Alright, what is the path of least resistance? Could be upstairs. Could be in the hallway. Not really sure. Dodge this man. Alright. If we go out into that little courtyard thing, then that doggo will be waiting for us. That's not great. Yeah, but I guess we can pick up the grenade launchers since we're here. May as well. There's nothing dangerous out here for Jill. You just come out here and pick up the grenade launcher. It's a little spooky, but it's fine. Grenade launcher's pretty good. Alright. Oops. Alright. Now. I know where I need to get to. Okay, so ordinarily I would go through the upstairs, but there's a bunch of zombies in the way if we go that way. We can go through here one time. We can go through here one more time for free, and then after that it's gonna be awful. So you're gonna see all sorts of stuff spawn in here. It's not so dangerous when stuff spawns, but it'll be dangerous later once things are already spawned. Also, I'm gonna come in here and grab this dagger. So, I want to use up this healing item, okay? I know I'm gonna need an inventory space, so I know I wanna waste a healing item here. I know there's a dagger in here, so I'm gonna waste my healing item and I'm gonna get a dagger out of it. That's if I don't juke this zombie. I'm assuming I'm not gonna juke him, because it's hard to juke him in this small little space. Yeah, it's really hard to dodge them in that space because the camera angle changes constantly. Alright, so we're gonna use this. Now we have one free inventory space, which is what we need. And this area is going to get awful. Not this area just yet. This area is okay. It gets awful later. But this area is going to suck now. A bunch of stuff is gonna spawn. Yep. Bunch of zombies. So we don't want to go in there again. It's okay to go through there once. You can go through there twice. One in the beginning and one more time later. But once they spawn in, don't go back in there. There's other routes you can take that are safer. Alright. And now, since we're here... Another zombie just entered that room. Alright, for this puzzle, you just turn the first one orange. Run around over here. Click this button. It'll turn it green. And then the last one, you click this button to turn it purple. And they coincide with this painting over here. It's not a complicated puzzle. It takes some trial and error, but you can just follow the pattern and it works every time. Alright, now we have all 4 keys, or all 4 masks. We can get through here with the lockpick. I still have the armor key, that's curious. That means I missed a door. Alright, so there's some shotgun ammo right there, but we have plenty of ammo. We'll be good. There's a boss down here, but he's not really scary as long as you know what you're doing. He's fine. Alright, let's use the mask that we need here. I'm not sure which one's which. I might have to play with this a bit. Well, I guess that's the last one I try. Okay, got that one on the first try. All right, here we go. All right, now I'm gonna make sure you equip your weapon, and we're gonna go say hello to this dude. You don't have to be too afraid of this guy. He's easy to kite. I'll just show you how easy it is to kite. He'll start running at you. He walks initially, but then he starts running. He's easy to kite. You can just run around in circles and stuff. I would advise probably not trying to shoot at him until you get a feel for like... Well, first of all, make sure you save the game before you try this. But once you get in here, just just play around with them and get used to like how he attacks and stuff. And then once you're ready to start dealing damage, wait for him to do a swing, run to his side, shoot him. Do a swing, run to the side, shoot him. Swing, shoot him. Swing, shoot him. That's all my shotgun ammo. Oop. And he's toast. Get some shotgun ammo. There is a stone and metal object. Alright, that's a key item we're gonna need later. Alright, and then there's some shotgun ammo up here. Now notice there used to be 2 zombies up here, but once you have the 4 masks and you come back to this graveyard, they despawn. And so now this is a perfect time to grab this ammo, because there's no zombies guarding it. Alright, so now, once you're done with that, you can head back through this way. This is a shortcut back over to the right side of... This is a really good path to go down. There's no zombies guarding this path. Now, gotta deal with this guy. We got your past him. This will take us outside. Now, you gotta be quick in this room. There is a dog that is coming for your booty hole. I mean, the game is paused when you're in the menu, but you want to make sure you don't take forever to get this. You gotta get this object on there, and then you gotta get through that door. But that doggo is coming for your butt. Alright, and then... let's head on down. Oh, I know what door I didn't unlock. Silly me. The door I didn't unlock is, not super important, but... we'll check it out later. For this one, you need... I believe it's west for the red bird. For the red rooster. And then I believe the other one is north. So now, we don't have a clear objective right now, we're just exploring now. And just keep on heading this way. Until we find what we're looking for. I know what we're looking for, but... you hear a noise in the distance, it's pleasant. Alright, so there's gonna be a house up here. This area is pretty safe. There's not a whole lot going on. There is one zombie someplace, but I don't even think he's spawned in yet. He shows up later. But it's a pretty big area, and there's not a whole lot of enemies. Just the one potential zombie. This area is safe too. For now. Alright, and then there's a chest in here you can utilize. Put that away. We don't need that ammo. We can put all these away. And then I would take some healing items with me if I had them, but I don't have any. We're gonna grab the crank. Crank is gonna be a key item for us coming up. And you can save the game here if you want. As soon as you walk out here, you're gonna get bonked in the head. Yep. Okay, and then you're gonna have to run away from this little girl. But I'm gonna show you how to do it. You're gonna turn right around as soon as this starts. So she's mean, and you want to stay away from her. You can turn around, go up the staircase. You want to jump down here, and you want to wait for her. once she goes to jump down here with me, that's when we go up. Right here. There you go. Or if you want, you can juke her in a different way. She won't one-shot you, so you can risk it if you have the health. But her swing radius is pretty large, so make sure that you're keeping a good distance from her when you're trying to dodge her. Oh, that zombie's trying to murder me. Interesting. I'm not used to him aggroing. He normally just stands there and chills. But that's fine. He's the only zombie in this courtyard, though. He spawns after you leave that house. Alright, the Magnum is out here, but we can't get it right now. I'll show that to y'all later. So, you could get the Magnum now, but I don't have the items with me. I would say the Magnum becomes important later on. Let's go ahead and grab this first aid spray. Could be useful. Okay, there's gonna be some doggos out here. You have to do some dodging, potentially. Just make sure you're quick going up that staircase and going through that door. Yeah, use the crank here. This will lower the water. This is like a water puzzle. You're gonna have to raise the water. So this releases like a gate that makes the water flow out, and later on you're gonna have to make the water rise again. But it's gonna be a long time till we got. That's a long time from now. You're gonna be in this next area for a bit. Now there's snakes that spawn in this area later, but you don't have to worry about that initially. And snakes are a problem because when they hit you, they have a chance to poison you, just like the big yawn snake. Alright, there's crows and dogs and shit that want to kill you out here, so make sure you don't take too long in this area. There's a red herb there. Okay, these are the snakes that I was talking about that show up later, but just keep on running and pray they don't hit you. If they do manage to poison you, then you got a bunch of blue herbs here, which are used to cure poison. So that's good. You can just collect these, and there's an item box right up in here. You just get all these items. Get the taser. You get your ink ribbon, all that. There's even some kerosene for you. You can just throw all these in the item box. Alright. Continuing on. Alright, you can go different ways. There's like a light puzzle in here, but there's some herbs you can pick up. You don't have to pick those up. Oh. I would advise picking up herbs. Herbs are good. Some shotgun ammo. The important item in here to pick up is this book right here. That's the only vital item in this room. There's a puzzle in here that you can do to reveal a code, but you don't need it. You don't need it. If you're watching the walkthrough and you pay attention, you won't need the code. I'll reveal it to you later. Ooh. Just try not to take damage from this spider. Spider AI is pretty stupid in this game. He's easy to get around. Do a little bit of dodging when he aggroes. You actually don't have to examine that book. Just gonna bank this stuff. We're not even gonna need that crank for a while. I can keep it on me though. Don't matter. I'll just keep it on me. Doesn't matter so much. Alright. Oh, we can't go this way. Okay, so we need to go down this hallway, but in order to go down the hallway, you gotta push this box. If you try to go down this hallway without using this box here, you'll get grabbed and you'll take damage for free. Not good. I can show you what that looks like, potentially. Here, I'll climb over the box. So you climb over this box, and climb over this box, and keep on going. And this puts you over the hole and keeps you safe. I might show you what the tentacle looks like later. Okay, you're gonna skip the first room and go to room 02. And then you're gonna do this room in a specific way. You're gonna come into this room. And you're gonna get everything in this room. Right, you hear a door, right? Make sure you get the resident key. There's gonna be so you're gonna wait, okay? You're gonna wait in this room for dude to come in, and you might take some damage. He's gonna try to grab you. Super small room, so he probably will grab you. But so be it. All right. You can take the damage, or you can use a defensive item. It's whatever. And then we're just gonna leave. And since he let him come into that room, he's stuck in that room. Okay, he won't leave that room. We got everything we wanted out of that room. We don't need to go this way yet. We get the residence key. Okay. But yeah, that zombie's stuck in that room. We made sure to get the key out of there before he came in. So we don't need to go into that little bathroom. He's stuck in there by himself. He's out of the way. Here, we're going to run back and use this residence key. I'll show you what the tentacle looks like. This is what happens if you don't climb the boxes. It's actually slightly faster to go this way without the boxes, but it costs you health, so it's not advisable. Alright, once you use this key, you're able to throw it away. Now, do not go into this bathroom. Don't do that first. First, you want to run over here. You want to grab the stuff that's over here. Okay, there's a self-defense gun. And a note, but ignore the note. And there's some handgun ammo, which personally I don't care about, but I would advise you to pick up. Then you want to come into this room, okay? You hear that noise? That dude that was hanging just fell down. And the reason why we went over there and got those items first is because he's going to be in the way now. Okay, that key is important. That dude gets that. We're able to leave for free. There you go. We don't have to deal with any of those guys. And none of those guys will come into this main hall right here, so we're safe. Alright, I'm going to climb the box here so I don't take that tentacle damage again. Gonna head back down. Remember, skip that first door. We're gonna go to the second one. And remember, that dude's trapped in that bathroom, so he's out of the way. Real nice for us. We're gonna move these bookshelves, and there's gonna be a ladder that this reveals. Mm-hmm. It's got some interesting music down here. Little spooky spooks. Alright, and you're gonna run to this farthest box, and you're gonna push this until it falls into some water. And you're gonna go get your second box. If you push these boxes in a different order and they end up getting stuck or whatever, then you can just leave the room and come back to reset these boxes. But as long as you push them in this order, then it'll work out. All we're doing is making a bridge with these big boxes that float. All right, so we're coming up on the area where I think you get the assault shotgun in the next area if you're playing as Chris and you save Richard. So this is the part of the game where you would get the assault shotgun as Chris. Because Richard does not help you find... Richard doesn't help you fight the snake when you're playing as Chris. He expects you to fight that shit on your own. There's a herb over here you can get. Alright. I won't lie, this part's a little annoying. There's sharks. I would not advise wasting ammo on the sharks. You just want to run. There's not a whole lot you can do to avoid damage that I know of. You might be able to... There might be a way to juke these sharks, but I don't know about it. You just take one hit of damage and that's it. They shouldn't be able to hit you twice. If they hit you twice, then you messed it up. Yeah. And if you tarry in that room too long, the Megalodon shark will show up and eat you, so that's fine. Yeah, so make sure you just gotta be quick. Okay. Continuing on here. So for this room, this is important. Okay, this is randomized. Do not fuck this part up. You will lose the game instantaneously if you fuck this up. Pay attention to this part. Okay? This is a time pressure situation. You will instantly die. I must emphasize. Okay. What's gonna happen is this whole panic sequence is gonna start and you have to press a series of buttons and stuff. And if you fuck it up, then you only have a certain amount of time to get it right, and if you don't get it right in a certain amount of time, then you instantly die. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna come over here. Right now, nothing's happening. I can sit here forever, I can go take a piss, nothing bad is gonna happen, okay? We're free. Right now, there's a map over here you can get. It's not important, but you can grab that if you feel like it. This thing right here, this board, is randomized. You're gonna read this board. It says, caution, in case of a drop in oil pressure control, open valve number 2. It's valve number 2 for me. It might not be valve number 2 for you. Read the fucking board. Alright? Alright, now that I know that it's gonna be number 2, I'm gonna show you where things are at, okay? Over here, where I'm at right now, on this wall, this is the safety, okay? Over here is, I don't fucking know what this shit's called. This is the fucking thing that shuts this is the thing that closes the shutters. Over here is the safety. This is the water. This is the thing that gets rid of the water. That's what we're trying to do. There's sharks in here. We're trying to drain the water. This button drains the water. This is the safety. This is to lock down the place so that it's safe to drain it. And over here, this is where you control the oil. This is where, when you read the board and it said what valve to change, this is where you do that. Okay? I'm just collecting some health items right here. It's normally good to pick up health items. I mean, worst case scenario, you can just use them. You can just waste them. All right, you're gonna start it by pressing this button. I'll even read it. It says, an error message being displayed. Something appears to have gone wrong while the water was being drained. There's a switch to drain the water. Press it. Yes, go ahead and press it. All right, and now it's gonna start the sequence.
Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
Alright, so we want to click this button over here now. Oh wait, no we don't. We want to do the safety. Do the safety first. Okay. So we release the safety. Now we can do this lever over here. This will bring down the shutters. Oil pressure lost. Sheltered. Operation terminated. Restore oil pressure. We know how to do that. It's the valve over here. It's number 2. Which valve do you want to do? Number 2, please. And we're gonna have to release the safety again. Oops.
Reaching 50% of pressure
Now we
threshold.
pull this again.
Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
And once both shutters close, then you know you're chilling. And it'll get rid of the critical at the top. And now we're free to just actually drain it with this button over here. But that is not a false alarm. If you hit 100% critical pressure, you will die. So be careful in this part. This part is dangerous. So to recap, you start it with this button over here, the drainage button. Then you're gonna release the safety. Then you're gonna do this button over here. Then you're gonna restore the oil from over here. And then you're gonna come back over here, you're gonna release the safety again, and then do this one more time. And then you're free to actually drain the water like you initially intended. Alright, so now the water's drained, and we can proceed. Heading on through. I'm not sure if these sharks might be able to injure you if you get too close. Let me see. Maybe not. I thought maybe they could, but guess not. I think this over here is, so initially nothing bad is happening with this big shark here, the Megalodon. What you're gonna want to do, there's this board over here. You see this, like, see the thing glowing in the top left? It blinks. You're gonna want to interact with that, and then I'll start this up. The thing drops into the water. You gotta do it in this order. You push this first. Don't pull the lever. Push that into the water first, okay? Then pull the lever. That'll fry the shark. You have to do it in that order. If you pull the lever before trying to push it, you're gonna electrocute yourself, and that's not gonna be a good time. Okay, now we got the gallery key. We gotta head back. There's some shotgun ammo. There's more drops on normal difficulty. There's more like there's more items in general, like the magnum ammo right here. There's more items around than I'm used to. I'm used to playing on the harder difficulties. But normal is as hard as it lets you start out. You gotta beat the game on normal before you play on the harder difficulties. I'm just not used to it. Been a while. Alright, we're just gonna head back. Now we are gonna have to head back there one more time. But later on. You can get this map now if you want. It don't matter when you grab this map. It reveals a hole in the wall. Do not accidentally examine this hole in the wall or you will be sad. It will spawn in bee enemies that you do not want to have to deal with. Okay. You don't want to tarry for too long in this room because there are bees that will try to murder you. You want to go and get the insecticide spray. And head back. And we're heading back to that hole. That hole that got revealed when we took the map off of the wall. These bees are why you don't want to search this. You don't want to accidentally examine that wall. It's bad. I could have done it for demonstration purposes. I probably should have, but just no, don't accidentally examine that wall. That's bad. Alright, and then this... I'm actually not going to go down there yet. What's even down there? It's gonna be the key. Okay, actually I will. There's a reason for it. Alright, so grab this key. And this key is used right over here on this door. Once you use this key, you're gonna be able to discard the key. This door right here goes to a bathroom that has literally nothing in it. There might be stuff in it, actually, on normal difficulty. Let me check the map. Nope. Even on normal, there's nothing in there. Maybe on easy or very easy, there's stuff that spawns in there, but nope. Nothing in there. Alright, and then this little puzzle. Take the white book out. It's got some text there for you. Use the red book here. And now all you gotta do is reorder the books. Pretty simple stuff. Here you go. Makes a picture of a lady. Alright. Now, we have three inventory spaces, which is critical for the next part. You need 3 inventory spaces. So, come over to this panel. The code is randomized, but it's going to be 3, 5, 6. I got it on the first try. It's going to be some combination of 3, 5, and 6. The fact that it was 3, 5, 6, I got lucky. But it's going to be some combination of 3, 5, 6. So you can just brute force the code, even though it's randomized. You can just guess it. Alright, so let me explain this. So once you read this wall here, it'll say like 1 + 3 = 4, all this stuff. This yellow substance right here is 6. This red one is 3, and there's water over here, which is 1, okay? So the first one says 1 + 3 = 4, so that we need that. So I already got the red, which is 3, and we're gonna get some water. Oops. If it'll let me, there we go. Alright, so now we got some water, which equates to 1. We're gonna combine 1 and 4, or 1 and 3 to make 4. Now we need to combine that with 6, I believe. Let me make sure here. Should be 6. Yeah, to make 10. And this is 6 right here. So now this, we should have 10 now, yep. And now what's the next one? Next one is 1 and 6, okay? 1 and 6 is this yellow one, this is 6. And then remember the water is 1. We can combine these. So now we have 7 and 10. We should be able to combine those together. Yep, to make 17. Yep, and then the last one we need is 3. So we just need 1 more of these. And this will create the V-Jolt. The V-Jolt is a chemical substance that you need to eliminate the... I can show you. We revealed a door earlier, but I didn't actually go in there, and that's because there's another boss in here. I'll show you what it looks like real quick. There's a boss in here. It's a plant. He shoots projectiles and shit. But you don't have to fight him. You can beat him with a puzzle. So once you make the V-Jolt, all you're gonna do is run it back. You can use ammo to kill him. If you do choose to fight the plant boss, all you really need to know. There's a couple different things, and I mean, let me think. So if you're playing as Jill, you'll always be able to make the V-Jolt. You only potentially have to fight. Wait, I went the wrong way. Fuck. So if you're playing as Chris, that's the only time when you might have to fight the plant boss, because there's a situation you can create for yourself on accident where, well, Rebecca, okay, just like how Chris is retarded and doesn't know how to play the piano, Chris is retarded and also doesn't know how to do medical stuff. And I guess that includes making, like, chemical substances, like the V-Jolt anti-plant shit. So, because Chris is retarded, he requires another character to help him out, and her name is Rebecca. And she's not always available to help, depending on how you play the game. And so, she might not be available to make the V-Jolt, and if she's not available to help you make the V-Jolt, then you're shit out of luck, and you have to fight it with weapons. The only thing you need to know about the plant boss, really, is... it shoots shit on you. First of all, don't run under the plant boss, because you'll take damage like I did. Second of all, it shoots, like, projectiles at you, which I don't know how to dodge. You might not be able to. It might be guaranteed damage, which is shit, but, you know, it is what it is. And then you've got... It's got these, like, tentacle attacks, right? But the tentacle attacks... Oh, by the way, I just killed that plant boss. All you do is run in here and use the V-Jolt, and it'll die. So that prevents you from having to fight the plant boss. You can fight it for funsies if you want. I used to think that the V-Jolt only weakened the plant. No, it outright kills the plant. So when we go back in there, it'll be dead. Also, it asks you if you want to discard those the bottles, and obviously you say yes, because anytime it asks you if you want to discard shit, you always tell it yes. Because why would you want to have... It's basically asking you if you would like to keep useless shit in your inventory. No, thank you. Not a good idea. So now we're just heading back. But yeah, if you're gonna fight the plant with guns, you want to make sure that you're dodging the tentacle attacks by not standing too close to it. You want to look for its tentacle attacks and then run up and shoot it. You shoot it when it becomes vulnerable. It pulsates and it like reveals like its weak spot periodically, and then it covers it back up and it goes back and forth. I'll play Chris after this, and I'll show how this works. I used the V-Jolt this time, so I'll kill it with the gun next time. I'll be fine. Okay, this is the helmet key. And the helmet doors are back in the mansion that we started out in, so that means we gotta make the trek back to that mansion. Oh, and Barry was there too. He's there to help out, so that's good. Another cutscene. Alright, now the plant's dead, so you can just walk right over this hole now. Finally. You can use the item box real quick before we head over. Alright, on our way back here, this is when I like to start killing shit. Because now the game's gonna start spawning hunters, and hunters are... It doesn't matter what difficulty you're on, they're always mean. Okay, so... We have the helmet key and we have the crank, although we don't actually need the crank right now. All we need is the helmet key. There's plenty of stuff to do with the helmet key. Okay, we got plenty of shotgun ammo, and we got the helmet key. About to go... First we gotta get past all this garbage again. If I get poisoned, I'll show you where you... Well, regardless, I'll show you where to go. The snakes are nice enough to leave you alone temporarily, and through the back through this way. But they make up for it because they spawn in a different area. Dodge that dog. This is where those snakes are gonna show back up. Yep. And hopefully we won't get bitten here, but just do your best there. I feel like it's kind of luck based whether you get bit there. And it's RNG if they actually poison you or not. Alright, we can keep heading back. Watch out for these dogs. They should leave us some stuff here. Yep, so there's some goodies for us to pick up if we want them. There's some health spray and some grenade launcher ammo that I'm going to leave on the ground for now. We'll get that later. And we're going to have to get that off the wall later, but not right now. We'll leave it. And that dog is not in this room anymore. Alright, here comes the first hunter. The first hunter is going to spawn in. Hunters are mean and will murder the shit out of you, so you gotta be careful with them. Okay, I made a mistake there. I'll explain how that works in a moment here. Alright, so there's more hunters for me to demonstrate on. Hunters are like mutated frogs with claws. They do a lot of damage, and I would advise killing them. They're super fast. They have a one-shot ability. Not fun. Alright, so there's another hunter here I'll demonstrate on. So shoot him, wait for him to stand back up. Once he's all the way up, then you shoot him again. 3 shots to take him out. There's another one that's gonna come. There we go. Wait for him to stand back up. Shoot him again. Then you're free to finish him off. 3 shots to kill. There you go. We can go get the armor key now. They left me a little note too. Left me some more supplies. We can just throw those supplies in the crate. Alright, so where's the armor key? Here we go. Alright. Now I'm gonna go and unlock that last door that I should have unlocked earlier that I forgot about. Okay. Here's the last armor key door. It'll ask you if you want to discard it. Yes, I would like to do so. Now, initially this room is safe, but a zombie comes in here later. At least on harder difficulties it does. I don't know if it will. But, okay, this puzzle's super easy. All you gotta do is take this bee off of this wall. So basically there's 2 collections. There's a collection of like fishing lures, and then there's a collection of insects, right? And so you just place the insect here. It doesn't matter what order you do this stuff. All you gotta know is you're putting the insect in the insect case, and then you're combining this gold insect looking thing with the lure, and then you put that on the wall. Now the puzzle's solved. All we gotta do is press this button hidden behind here. It'll ask you if you want to pick that up. Say no. Hit the switch. Yes. Be ready, because it's about to spawn in a bee. We're just gonna yoink that item real quick, and then we're gonna leave the room. There you go. And like I said, a zombie spawns in this room later, potentially. You'll just be chilling. Just be watching out for that. There's some herbs in here. There's a herb over here in this little corner. Ink ribbons right here. Looks like there's another healing item here. Alright, so let's keep on going. Now we gotta find more helmet doors. Luckily, there's another one right down the hallway. Right here. Be careful, because, oh wait, no, the zombies despawn. Once the hunters spawn in, they replace the zombies. You don't have to worry about zombies in this room. There's still in other rooms, potentially, but not that room. You can make a map out of this stuff over here. You just light this fireplace, and then you need the little wooden panel from the hallway. That's not too far away, but it's not important, so we're not going to do it. Alright, for this room, you're just going to start by pushing this statue. Super simple puzzle. These walls come in, but as long as you have the statue with you, it won't crush you. Okay, and we're gonna run back. We're gonna go press this button down at the end here. That'll make the walls come back. You just beat it. You're gonna run over here, push the statue over. And if you mess it up and you take too long, you can always try again. Just don't get crushed by the walls, because that would not be good. And then you just hop on down here. There's a book you can pick up. Make sure you got inventory space. Okay, there's gonna be zombies in the next room. Actually, no, there's not. There's gonna be spiders down here. Yeah, there's spiders in the next area. And remember, the spiders aren't that bad. They can poison you, but their AI is pretty ass, so for the most part, you can just run past them. Pretty simple. There's some loot on the right side, but I don't really care about the loot. You can go get the loot if you want. It don't matter. Alright, and try to juke this man. Or you can shoot him, don't matter. If you listen, I shot his head off, which prevents him from mutating. We're not going to come back to this area, so it doesn't matter. It's more towards the beginning of the game. You have to worry more about the zombies mutating. There you go. Blow his head off. You don't have to worry about zombies mutating in areas that you're not planning on revisiting. Oh, there's a dagger over there if I want it. Ah, sure. Why not? Oh, and what I did in that water there, I turned on the power for the elevator that's just down this hallway. I forgot to mention that. That's pretty important. Alright, now we're in that kitchen that we went to. I didn't go through there this time, but I went through it the other stream. There's a dagger on this table we can get. We'll run past this zombie. I believe this was the zombie that was out. I don't know what then. He's just here. Whatever. I thought he was gonna be the guy on the floor. I guess not. Alright. And then I'm only planning on being up here once, so you can shoot zombies up here if you feel like it. It's up to you. There's always a guy that spawned right here. Blow his brains out. And there's gonna be another guy over here. Doesn't matter if I take damage, because I need inventory space anyways. Let's go ahead and pick up the shotgun ammo, because that won't take up any more inventory space. We can pick up the taser, because that won't take up inventory space either. We can pick up the battery, because we need that to progress. And then I'm going to leave the grenade launcher ammo, because I don't need it. Unlock this. We're back in this place. This place is not great to be in. There's a crimson head in that room. There is a hunter that spawns here. We're going to employ our strategy. Oh, there's actually 2 hunters in this room. I was not planning on that. Alright, so. I'm actually gonna do some testing here. I'm gonna shoot this dude and reload the room and stuff and see if he dies with 2 shots. He actually did not. Let me see if this wastes ammo or not. This is some experimentation for me. He should die. He didn't. Okay, that's lesson learned. So if you shoot any bullets, what I just learned and what I wasn't sure about is if you use ammo on an enemy and then you leave the room, the game will not save the damage that you've dealt. That damage will be lost, so you will lose ammo if you do that. So just keep that in mind. We are going to... What are we gonna do here? We can go this way. We want to avoid the hunters if possible. There's actually nothing going on in here. Interesting. Oh, we need to go through here anyways. Alright. You're gonna want to turn this light switch off. Like so. You push this thing over. Now there's a yellow gem and there's a red gem. The red gem is critical for beating the game, and the yellow gem is critical for getting the alternate ending to the game, if you care about that. I'll go ahead and get both so I can show you both. I'll put it this way, the yellow gem is important for getting the good ending, if you care about the good ending. If you're too slow, then you can't get it. You have to get it when the bird isn't looking. So you gotta bait the bird to look at you on one side. Like that. And then you just run over here, get the gem. Alright. Running out of inventory space, so I'm gonna go and bank some stuff here. Okay, we're gonna bank this. The wind crest is for the magnum later. We're also gonna bank this. We're gonna need that later on in the game. Don't need either of those right now. Battery we'll need later on. I'm okay with keeping those on me. Alright, let's go. Okay, there's gonna be a hunter that spawns here, but it's safe to get through here. Oops. 2 hunters, in fact. It's pretty safe to get through there when they're spawning. You don't want to go through there after they've already spawned. You don't want to go through there. Alright, this is important. If you're gonna do this for the alternate ending, make sure you do the yellow gem and not the red gem. I'll demonstrate what happens if you do the wrong gem. If you do the wrong gem, then this happens. It drops snakes. Not good. And you have to exit out of the room to reset it. Okay? And it'll also drop your gem to the floor. Now, you can actually make... It's a little niche thing, but you can make the red gem... You can get the red gem out of your inventory and leave it on the ground. So that's good to know. But you're meant to use the yellow gem here. And this will give us a CD. Alright. So now... Now we gotta make it back to the main hall. This dude's always standing here like this. You just walk past him, his back. You can get to the main hall this way. No enemies ever spawn in the bottom floor here. Enemies spawn upstairs, but not downstairs in the dining room. Okay. Now we're gonna come in here. Now this room is the first place we would come with the so we used the helmet key to get in here. And this would be the first place we would come to if we had gotten poisoned earlier by snakes. Because the reason being, there are blue herbs in here. Blue herbs that I do not need. Now, there's something... This isn't the only planter in the game, but as you can see, I'll show you. If you take a look over here, these herbs are actually in a little planter here, which means that you can't take them with you. Okay, they have multiple uses, which means you can come here multiple times. Now, it's not unlimited uses, but you can come back here multiple times to cure poison. Okay. There's also a green herb planter. I don't know that there's any other ones in the game, but there's a green herb planter up on the balcony where you use the dog whistle. And that's all I care about in this room. Alright, and then... There might... Oh yeah, once you get that puzzle box from that room, you want to combine the red gem with the puzzle box. And then there's a little puzzle you get to solve. Funsies. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Might take a little bit of experimentation to get this done. A little bit of trial and error. No rush. We got time. Well. It's looking better. It doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, this is looking good enough. Yep, just like that. It's not supposed to look perfect, just good enough. And then we got the key. Alrighty. Now there's 2 different places I have in mind that I need to go to. We can... Now, I'm just gonna tell you now, we're gonna have to go fight the yawn snake and actually kill him for real. We'll go do that now. And then after we kill the yawn snake, then we will... go to that room that I just got the key for. But this pathway is pretty nice. I think there's a crimson head that can be in this room, but I never run into him. Might be on Chris's playthrough or something. And that crimson head's in here, but they're never guarding that specific little hallway part. Just run through here. There's a helmet door at the end of all this. That should be the last one. Yepers. Discard the key. Good to go. Got some herbs here if you need them. We'll kill that snake. Well, let's try not to get poisoned. But we know where to go if we get poisoned. We can go to the item box, or we can go back to that blue herb planter. What's up, bro? Long time no see. How are you? Good to see you. So with this snake, just be careful when he's up. When he's standing up, he's ready to strike. Just trying to chilling. Just got back from my sister's wedding. Oh, there you go. Happy days. Alright, let's get ready to shoot this man. It would seem my methodology for fighting the snake success. So, maybe I can bait out his attack or something. There we go. That's better. Alright, he's just going back around the circle. Yeah, I'm doing a really shit job of baiting out his attack. There we go. Fuck yeah, was tuning in to show support. I'm about to hop on Warframe. Still trying to decide if I am the type of fun person that can stream or not. Oh. Of course you're the... Dude, everybody can stream. Come on now. It's not a question of can you stream. It's a question of if you want to. That's my opinion. I think anybody can do it. Anybody can be interesting. Everybody's got a story. No one's you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got something to them that nobody else has. Your unique story, you know? Unique personality. I want to, but I look up when I'm streaming and I don't like my face on camera. Well, then just, well, there's a couple of different ways to solve that problem. You could just not stream with a camera. That's option number one. Option number two is you can make it to where you just don't see yourself. You know, that's another option. Doesn't mean they can still see you, but you don't see yourself. You can set it up that way. Works. Alright, we killed the snake and we got the little emblem. We're gonna need that later. Alright, we're gonna go use this key to open up that door. And to get there, let me think of the most efficient way to get there. There's like a bunch of different routes to get there. I guess this is probably the safest route. Not necessarily the most direct path, but pretty good. Run around in a circle, of course. I hate that advice. Oh, why? I don't think there's... I think either of those options are good. I streamed without a camera for a long time. It's fine. There's lots of people that stream without a camera. I can't hate that advice. Oh, I can't hate that advice. Sorry. See, I'm not wearing my glasses, so that shit's blurry as fuck. Yeah. I'm dyslexic and I can't see, so it's a double whammy. Don't take it personally. Yeah, I gotta sometimes I gotta, you know, get really close. One day, I've considered wearing my contacts while I'm gaming, but I have dry eye syndrome too, so I'm just screwed. What am I supposed to do? Freaking just put eye drops in all the time? I don't know. It made me laugh. Took some of that hate off myself. Oh, okay, cool. Glad I could make you laugh. That's what I'm here for. Alright, open up this door. Make sure you turn on the lamp here, otherwise you can't see shit. And then there's some shotgun ammo in here, yeah. And the important item is this stone ring here. Oh, this is not the stone ring. This is the... You combine this with the stone ring that you find later. Alright, and then... Combine these. Okay, we're gonna use the battery outside. Mr. Doggo is still despawned. Do not worry about him. Run on through here. Gotta run past these dogs. worried about, like, I'm ex-army, ex-cop. That shit would probably be hated, yeah? Oh, for streaming? Like... Aw, damn it, I forgot my crank. I'm gonna have to go get that back. No, I mean, like... Hey, there's gonna be some people that don't like what you've done, who you are, whatever. Everyone's gonna have haters, right? My experience will be original, but my opinion is something else. Just be yourself. Don't worry about... There's always gonna be haters. I mean, I have haters, you know? Like, I'm Christian, for instance. Like, some people hate that shit. But, like, who cares? Be yourself. You know? If you're trying to make everybody happy, you're messing it up. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. I'm just clearing out these dogs for funsies. You don't have to do this. Where is this man? They're like stuck. Alright, I gotta go get the crank. They're goofing. Got him. They were like running into the walls. Goofy goobers. Alright, I screwed this up. I'm going back to get the crank real quick. But item box is pretty close, so it won't take long. Finding a way to hate someone for religious reasons goes against the religious reasons, does it not? No, I meant like some people, you know, a lot of people stay away from politics. They stay away from like political issues in general. They stay away from religion and stuff, you know? Like, I like to talk about anything I care about. So, in my case, I wouldn't get onto someone about talking about religion, but maybe I would talk about religion and someone wouldn't like that, you know? But that's not something that I need to be worrying about. I should talk about whatever I find interesting. And if you talk about what you find interesting, then, you know, there's other people that will also find that interesting. It'd be a disservice to talk... It'd be a disservice to those people if you didn't talk about it. Yeah, I'm into it. I find it interesting. I think it's good. In general, I'm pretty happy talking about any subject. Some people think that stuff is off limits, but for me, I don't mind. Not really any... I'm mostly an open book, you know, with my personal life and everything. And, pretty happy to explore whatever topics. Alright, so the reason why we use the battery over there is to activate that elevator. And then you can come over here and use this crank to bring the water level back up. Get this. This will open up a passage. A passage that you can only... Normally there's a waterfall that blocks a passageway, but when you put the water back in this big old pool here, it makes the water stop flowing and you can go through there because there will be no waterfall. But in order to get through the waterfall, you got to utilize that elevator, which is why the battery is necessary. Get the elevator to start working. I've worked government jobs for the last 8 years. I'm trying to acclimate back to civilian life. That's the big difference here. That's cool, man. There's a lot of people that can probably relate to you, honestly. And even if they can't relate to you, I mean, I've never been in the military. I mean, that would be interesting for someone like me to hear, like, your experiences, you know? That could be something you could talk about if you feel... If that's something you'd like to talk about, you can talk about your experiences in the military. Alright, we don't need this crank anymore. And put that away. And we're good to go. So we go down this passageway. There's gonna be some hunters and stuff. But we're looking for the square crank. The other one's like triangle or something. It's like green handle. This other one is the red handle crank. The red handle crank you use in the caves here. And the green handle crank you just use for the little water puzzle outside. There you go. That dude's alive for 2.5 seconds. Don't mind that guy, he's chilling. He likes to do a jump scare and then scream that you can run past him. That's how a lot of those work. As long as you're quick on your toes when an enemy first spawns, you can normally get through. See? You just gotta be quick initially in the room, because it starts to get hairy if you're not fast. Alright. This is what you need the crank for, right here. Dogs and bomb training. About all I can talk about. About all I can talk about. Hey, both of those sound cool to me. Ah, dang it. I wasn't supposed to turn this crank twice. That's fine. I gotta turn it again now. Yeah, that sounds cool to me. I mean, I don't know much about bombs. When you say dogs, what do you mean? You talking about like what kind of dogs? You talking about German Shepherd dogs? You talking about cop dogs? Both my dogs are trained for different reasons. You talking about police dogs? Like German Shepherd police dog? I mean, that would be a really if you're looking to be like popular with people love dogs. Not that you should try to talk about things that, you know, because people like certain things. If you like dogs, if you have experience with dogs, then talk about dogs. Let me kill this spider real quick. So you don't actually have to kill this spider. This fight's kind of annoying. You can use the knife that you start off with, or you can go get this knife. I'm gonna get this dude to shoot at me. You just come over here and knife this thing a couple times. And then he's gonna be annoying and shoot some shit at you and try to lunge at you instead. Ow. Okay, we're okay. There we go. I have a German Shepherd Rottweiler mix for bomb training and Roit control. Not sure what that is. Have a Pit Bull Terrier for hunting prisoner escapees and fugitive hunting. Riot control. Dude, honestly, that sounds badass, bro. Shit. Sounds like your dogs are pretty awesome, bro. I'm not gonna lie. My dogs... Probably like one of the most capable things that my dog has ever been able to do is like retrieve like a bumper out of like a lake. Obi-Wan is a German mix. Like Obi-Wan. Anakin. You got Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin going, bro. Nice. I like it. Alright, this one, you get to run away from a boulder again here, but And these boulders will one-shot you, but this one's near impossible to fail, so... The first one's harder. This one's super safe. This one's super free. And... keep going here. There's this annoying puzzle you gotta do. It's really simple. You just push this over to the wall. Use the crank to get it off of the wall, and you gotta spin it around and push it against the wall. And don't forget to mess up your movement when the camera angle changes. It's important. Oh my goodness, his camera. Flipping back and forth. It was a pleasure checking in on you. Gave me the courage to try and stream again. If you're ever looking for a Warframe player, I'm your man. Hey, sounds cool, man. Yeah, I'll check out the game at some point. I'll let you know. Definitely. Yeah. Free to play. I have a little bit of familiar. I've never played the game before, but I know it's supposed to be like, what's that game? Destiny. It's supposed to be like Destiny, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. Gives you this little cylinder looking thing. Now we gotta head back. You need, if you need convincing, watch some videos on the comparison between D2 and Warframe. Oh, Destiny 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm down to check it out sometime. Especially if it's free. Why not? Warframe is a wake-up call. What does that mean? Ooh. Oh. YouTube video channel. Okay. Yeah, I'll look it up. Okay, we get this. Get these things, combine them, and if you examine them, you can figure out what the code is. But I think I know what the code is already. I think it's... I already entered it wrong. It is not, in fact, 111. That would be funny if it was, but it's not. Try that again. Please do. I will. I think it's 4, 2, 3, 1. Yep. That does behind Warframe go above and beyond the player base and play with the player base at least once a month, if not more. I like that. That sounds cool. Weekly streams. That's cool. I like it when the devs get involved. Yeah. It sounds like a pretty human thing to do. Random streams for giveaways. Yeah. I've missed this on my first couple of playthroughs, but you can actually climb up these boxes here, and there's loot up here. And there's even more loot on easier difficulties I'm seeing. They're underdogs. Everyone turned them away at the start. You mean like people underestimate how good Warframe is? Is that what you're trying to say? Or they underestimate how good the devs are at the game? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, so they're underrated, skill wise. Hello. Oh, they didn't want to publish Warframe because I didn't believe in it. That's always a cool story, though, when you get someone to believe in you and, you know, your game ends up popping off. That's a good story. That is an underdog story. You're right about that. They stuck with it and published it themselves. Nice. Didn't even need a publisher. Best FTP market you can ever do. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It sounds like you have a pretty high opinion of this game. I'll definitely have to check it out. I know that game's been around for a minute, and I know some people have put tons of hours into it, so it must be a pretty good game. Do you have it on Steam or something? I'll add you and we can play sometime. Right. Anyone who spent over 100 hours in the game would say some. Would say the same. My stream is the same as my kick. Okay. Okie doke. Alright, so we just crush that box there. Or get the flamethrower. We gotta use weirdly enough, the flamethrower is used as a key to get through this door over here. We gotta dodge this girl again. He's always in the way. But you actually have to pull this lever first, otherwise you can't place the flamethrower. It's actually good that she was that way and not this way. I can add you since I'm about to leave. Okay. Were you saying you have Warframe? How do I add you? Do I add you on Steam, or is there like a... Does Warframe have like a separate... It's on Steam, right? I imagine you probably played on Steam. So I'll just add you on Steam. I play through Steam. Okay. Alright, let me tab out and go to Steam real quick. Or Discord. Yeah, either one. It's all good. It takes my computer a minute to tab out of this game because it's got the whole weirdness going, but Are you in my Discord server? Maybe I can just add you here. Yeah. I don't know if the link is. I can go find the link. Hold on. Here, I'll type it out. There you go. That should be the link to my Discord channel. I think I recognize your name. Maybe I already had you added on Discord. Yeah. I messaged you before. That's right. That's when we were doing the hide and seek thing. Yeah. Now I'm remembering. Awesome. Yeah, so we're already friends on here. Okay. Yeah. That's how we met to begin with. Okay. Cool. Got that set up. You're good. I don't mind it. That's all I'm here for. Interact with the community and stuff. Sure. I'll hit you up soon. I'm not sure when exactly, but we'll find a time. I'll check out the game, see if I can learn, the basics and stuff. Alright, cool. Sounds good, my friend. I'll definitely be hitting you up soon. And, we can give it a shot. Alrighty. Alright, bro. I'll catch you later, man. Have fun. Alright, we did all that for... I always find this kind of ironic. You do all that, and you just get a stone ring at the end of this, which you... The vital item, this little stone ring here, the vital item to complete the game, of course. You just combine that with the emblem, now you got 2. Put the crank away. We can get both of these emblems out. And we get the wind crest out as well. And this should be good. Yep, that should be good. Alright, we gotta do some back in this house again. We gotta do a little bit of backtracking. Here we go. Alright, let's go say hi to Mr. Zombie again. We can already hear him, too. Go say hi to Mr. Zombie. Yep, that's how he normally is. He always chills in that same spot. And he doesn't normally move until you get close. You can just walk around the tree. Alright, and then we could have done this a lot, a lot earlier, but, here, let me get these zombies out of the way real quick. I'm being pretty wasteful with the ammo, but I don't care, because it's normal. You can kind of do what I want. Alright. So, you're gonna put this on. This is the wind crest that we got from the second floor inside of the mansion. You can grab all 3 of these. And then you have to examine each one of these. And press the little button on the back. There you go. Get all these ready to go. And then you're gonna go over to this other statue. Oh, okay, you do not interact with them. You're gonna go into your inventory and you're gonna use them on the statue. And then it puts them in the right slot for you. You don't even have to figure it out. And then it reveals something magical. The Magnum. This is the most iconic gun in all of Resident Evil. The Magnum. Have some grenade launcher ammo, because why not? You're gonna get this off of the wall now, because your signal is once you have the other completed stone ring and symbol, then you're gonna grab the first one off of the wall. And we're heading all the way back to the beginning of the game, which actually isn't too far. And we're gonna head underneath the grand staircase. Yep, right down here. We actually haven't been down here yet. I haven't showed y'all this yet, but I'm gonna put both of these. You gotta make sure you stand in the right spot. Put both of these in. And you're gonna interact with the door and you get to hear the little girl. Open that thing up. See if I need to bank anything here. This'll be fine. You don't... She's invulnerable. You can't actually kill her. You can shoot her to, like, stun her and stuff, but not a huge deal. You can either give Barry his gun here and he'll help you out, or you can get Barry killed. And, this is your choices. Give the gun back to Barry. Basically, it's asking you if you want his Magnum or not. So, if you get his gun, it has like 6 bullets in it, and you can't put any more ammo in it. It's, from what I understand, it's like identical to the Magnum we just got. So it's basically 6 more Magnum ammo. So I'll give him the gun back, and all he does is he just sits here and shoots her for you. You gotta be a little careful with her, because if she hits you at a bad time, she can actually knock you off of the map and one-shot you. So be mindful of that. Yeah, just make sure you keep your distance. That'll be good. There you go. You just shove these things off, keep your distance. That's all it takes. And then, she'll dispatch herself. This shit always makes me laugh. Alright, this one's the silver emblem, and then we got the gold emblem. Yeah. There you go. Head on down. This is going to take us down to the laboratory area, which is the last area in the game before the end of the game. So we're not too far from the end of the game. We're going to be able to beat it tonight. Not too far. This door right here is actually the door that you go through in order to beat the game. We just have to do a bunch of stuff in order to unlock it. Some ink ribbons on the ground right here. Alright, let's just go. Some zombies over here. Head on down. Remember, if they're on the staircase, they throw up and they're easier to get past. Okay, we actually gotta go... So you can go this way first. There's like a little puzzle you can do in this room. It gives you a code. But you don't need to do this stuff. Like, the code is always exactly the same. You just take these 2 x-rays. You throw these x-rays up on the wall. Again, you don't have to do this, but it just reveals the code. I'm just showing that off. So you turn the light on, and then it'll say part of it is glowing. This is the... What? I don't know what that is. Alex. Isn't that the stomach? Esophagus? Liver, and then lungs. Wait, so it's supposed to spell out cell, so... I don't know what part. My knowledge of human anatomy is trash. It's supposed to be something that starts with a C. I don't know what that is. I know that's the stomach above, but that's not what's highlighted. It's something on the bottom that starts with a C. Could be the... Fuck if I know. Trachea or something? I don't know if that's right. And then this one is E for esophagus, L for liver, and L for lungs. Yeah, it just reveals the thing. Not... Okay, but the critical path That's just to get a code, but if you know the code, you don't gotta go over there. Critical path is to come here. This is where you enter the codes. Oops. Alright, the login is John. The password is Ada, that is ADA. And then the passphrase for this door is cell, which we just discovered. And then to unlock the last door, it's free. There's nothing you gotta enter for it. You just gotta select it. Mm-hmm. Cancel that. Head on back. There's all kinds of items and stuff that I'm skipping, but it don't matter. There's just normal zombies in here. It's no biggie. Resembles power. What am I missing here? Where do I need to go? We need to head back. Alright, so let's go this way. Alright, this password, you're supposed to get this password, 8462, I believe. You get this passcode from, there's like a little film that you can feed to the projector that's in this room. But I didn't pick up the film because I already knew the code. And the projector film stuff is like super close to where we just were, I just didn't pick it up. And we're gonna pick up the health spray just to be safe. But we got the key, that's what we wanted. That'll allow us to access those two doors that are down here. Get on back through here. Oops. Use the laboratory key. Again, there's drops in here that I could be getting, but it don't matter. This is the wrong room. Gotta keep going here. I think this is right. There's these insect monster guys, but you can just kind of juke them. Okay, we're gonna throw this in here. This is the thing that you have to do. You have to do all three of these little... You gotta put the CDs into the little GameCube looking things. And unlock those three switches in order to unlock the alternate ending to the game. Let's go through the other window, the last one. Right here. And that'll allow us to get out of here. So there's some loot in these rooms, but other than the GameCube, nothing too important. And there's an item box over here in this door. There's some grenade launcher shells on the ground along with the health spray. Okay, we're gonna need some weaponry. We need to get the other... So we got a CD from earlier in the game. Yeah, get that out. And then there's one more someplace. I forget exactly where, but it's around here somewhere. Alright, we're just gonna... We'll put these away for now. And we're gonna continue on. Alright, so we're just gonna clear this stuff out. We need to clear this. We have to clear a path, so we're gonna get this guy out. That dude will not mutate. Once he's dead, he is dead for good. Also, don't worry about that other guy. That guy's just out of the way far enough that it's not a big deal. But we're gonna need to get rid of the bugs in this room, just so that they're not a problem later. Looks like it takes 3 shots to kill him. That's fine. And we want to pick this thing up. This is going to be important for later. This thing is not dangerous initially, but once you put fuel in it, it becomes very dangerous. Alright, so we're gonna... Should I clear out the other guy? I don't know if the other guy's gonna be an issue for me or not. I don't think that other bug... So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put fuel in that canister, and we have to... It won't let you run. You have to walk your way all the way to where you put the fuel. If you take any kind of damage or anything, you'll instantly die. So... I'm just gonna kill this bug to make sure he's out of the way. Just in case. Oh, there's 2 of them. There. I don't think they were going to be an issue, but now they're definitely not going to be an issue. Alright, but now we got to go do the fuel. Because there's an elevator just down this hallway that we need to activate, but we need to... It needs fuel in order to get started, so... We're going to do that now. Also, we're going to kill this guy so that he's out of the way for when we're moving the fuel. Like I said, with the fuel, you gotta be very, very careful. You can't run with the fuel, and if you take any kind of damage, and even if you shoot your gun while you have it, you'll instantly die, because it'll blow up. That is why we are clearing a path. There's a dude that spawns in here. There's that film that I'd skipped for that 8462 code. Here we go. And it'll even tell you here. Yeah, running could result in a fatal explosion is what it says. There's a GameCube in here too. I'm gonna be so real, I don't know where the last... I forget where the last little disc is. I might not get it. I just genuinely don't remember where it is right now. I normally find it, but I'm just not remembering where it's at right now. This guy will mutate, but it takes some time, and I made sure not to kill him until I was about to go through here with the bomb. The fuel that is basically a bomb. Like I said, you can't run with this or you will blow up and die. You can run for a split second and not die, but not more than just a split second. So I wouldn't even bother with it at all. And this is why we cleared out a path so that we wouldn't get killed by these insects and stuff. They hit you once and you go kaboom. Alright, to place it, you just gotta examine this thing. It'll ask if you want to put it on. You say yes. Now we're on the final stretch. Now I know where the GameCube is. The GameCube to place the disc is in here. It's right there. But I just don't know. I forget where the disc is at. But it's just for the alternate ending. I can still beat the game without it. But, I'm pretty sure the CD is, like, the CD you need for that last GameCube it's somewhere down here in the lab. That's not far. Like, if I really cared, I could find it just by running around. Get the Magnum out. Got to fight the Tyrant real quick. This dude actually despawns.
Jill,
Barry,
you could have at least waited up for me, you know?
Alright. This is the final stretch. Not the very, very end of the game, but we're at like the last 5 minutes. Okay, this is the Tyrant boss. He's dead. Magnum's the strongest weapon in the entire game. Besides the rocket launcher. The rocket launcher is the strongest. There's two different types of rocket launchers. One you get by like beating the game like within under an hour or something like that, and then can't leave Barry behind. Yeah, I can. I can't leave Barry behind. It's like, no, I literally can. Now, whether you want to or not might be another question, but you definitely can. Yeah, and then these guys like to spawn in, but just run out of here. But if I had done all the game cubes, then you would just go and pull those levers that were lighting up in the other room. Not a whole lot to it. I don't know. Let's finish up here. We're at the literal end. Game will be over in the next 5 minutes for sure. Within the next 2 minutes, probably. You pick up this battery. Throw it in here.
3 minutes to detonation.
Damn it!
Activate these flares. And then depending on which ending you're going to be getting, the Tyrant pops up at the end here or not. So since Barry is alive, the Tyrant shows up, but otherwise the Tyrant doesn't spawn in if Barry isn't alive. I don't think it even matters if you deal damage to him, to be completely honest. You just have to not die. So he's gonna run at me in a second here. There you go. I'm noticing that, like, when you shoot the shotgun, you don't want to, like, you want to cancel the animation. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. Oh. To, like, shoot. Oh, okay. Maybe you do need to do damage. To, like, shoot, and then run, shoot, and then run. Like, don't give her a chance to reload the shotgun because that's slow. Yeah, we got the rocket launcher. Blow his ass up. He actually swats the rocket launcher. He swats the rocket away.
Jill, you did a fine job.
He swats the rocket away on higher difficulties, but then you just shoot him again and he blows up. It's kind of funny. And then you unlock other difficulty modes and stuff once you beat the game. So that's it. And since we beat it super fast, we got the infinite ammo rocket launcher. And there's also the Samurai Edge, which is... it's an unlimited ammo pistol. So there you go. That's Resident Evil 1. We'll have to play through here. We'll do a walkthrough for Chris at some point, but that's enough for now. There you go. Resident Evil games aren't super long. You can beat them in one sitting, just a number of hours, as long as you know what you're doing. Like, if you're replaying the games, then you can just beat them in like a single sitting. It'll take a while, but you can get through. Okay. I mean, yeah, we beat it in like... it probably took like... it took less than 3 hours. Like 2.5 hours, something like that. 2 hours. Alright. Signing off.